The Earth is a water planet, but global water resources are under attack. From dead zones to acidic oceans, rising seas to plastic pollution, our water planet is changing in ways that threaten us all. The good news is, solutions exist, and Earth Echo is on the way to find them. I'm Philippe Cousteau. Join me as we explore some of the causes of and solutions to one of the most pressing environmental crises of our time on Earth Echo Expedition's PlasticSeas. In Melbourne, Australia, we've examined the source and impacts of plastic pollution. Engineering solutions to this problem must account for all stages of plastic production and use.
I'm really excited about waste recycling, in particular food waste. So, for example, here in Australia, we grow a phenomenal amount of bananas. And what scientists and community members and young students are all coming together to work on now is to figure out how to turn this banana waste into a type of fully compostable, fully organic plastic. And other students figured out how to turn prawn waste into, I believe it was plastic plates. And so there's this real untapped resource.
Clearly, plastics are all around us, particularly in urban environments like here in Melbourne. Now, it's a complex problem, and a key question is, how do we reduce the amount of plastics in the environment when more and more plastic is being produced and discarded each year? In downtown Melbourne, Heidi Taylor and Donna Shiel have partnered together to show how a nonprofit and government agency can work together on plastic solutions. Heidi is the founder of Tangaroa Blue, which leads the Australia Marine Debris Initiative.
Tangaroa Blue doesn't need to run cleanups across the country because there's so many passionate people already doing stuff on their patch. What we needed to was to connect a data collection in a consistent methodology and feeding it into one database that can be used at a local level, but also can be used at a national and international level.
The data collected by Tangaroa Blue helped to reinforce the need for government action, such as the banning of single-use plastic bags. Donna works for Sustainability Victoria, a government agency which, amongst other things, is trying to reduce the state's plastic consumption.
The Victorian government decided it was time to commit to implementing a plastic bag ban by the end of 2019. And they're currently working with a number of not-for-profits, industry, other government agencies to see what other gains can we make in this space as well.
We've been able to change legislation, we've been able to influence industry practices, and we've been able to create community projects that stop local litter at their source as well. And that has really been a change in the way that the volunteers look at themselves. They are no longer rubbish collectors. They're recording barcodes and serial numbers, and that enables us to get right back to the source of where this stuff is coming from. And when they actually see that what they were tackling has now reduced, this platform enables them to see the difference.
Other examples exist of people who dedicate their time helping to cut down on how much plastic ends up in the environment. Anthony Hill had participated in beach cleanups, but found a passion to do more, so he started Plastic Pollution Solutions.
One thing I noticed was that we cleaned up regularly, but we kept finding rubbish and plastic in the same places we'd just cleaned up, so cleaning up can't be the overall solution. I thought, how do we do this? It's no good just to inform people about something. You need to engage them.
That's exactly what Anthony has done. He drives across the country, educating students and teachers about the scale of plastic pollution and what they can do about it.
I don't want to just go into a school and then leave and then they forget about it 10 minutes later. I use quite a lot of emotional imagery that's going to give them an emotional connection to what's going on out there. I think that's very important. And then give them the resources that they need to be able to address it, either individually or collectively, as a group or in the school.
While Anthony strives to reach students and teachers, the Melbourne Zoo encourages visitors of all ages to reduce plastic in a number of ways. One example can be found near their seabird exhibit, where you can sign a pledge to stop using one of the biggest threats to marine wildlife.
But the key thing is about the act. We provide actions for people that are very accessible. So in the case of the seabirds, What we want to see people do is to commit to having a change, a very simple change. Swap out using plastic balloons and just use bubbles. And that simple action empowers people to make a difference.
As we've spent our time in Melbourne talking to those who are dealing with plastic pollution firsthand, I can't help but think of a question I hear all the time. One I posed to each person we met with on this expedition. A lot of people watching these kinds of programs might wonder, I'm just one person. What can I actually do to make a positive difference with respect to the health of the environment, and in particular plastics? What would you say to them?
Choices made by individuals ultimately are the choices made by society. If we as society choose alternatives to using plastics, we individually make a collective difference.
We all have an opportunity to make a difference. Simple actions: swap out your balloons, put away your fishing gear into proper bins, and every single action makes a difference.
I can't not do anything about it. I might be one drop, but it takes so many drops to make an ocean, and an ocean of difference.
No one person can do everything, but everyone can do something. And we're not going to deal with these issues unless we all act.
And we can't bring about the broad sweeping change that we so drastically need if not everyone is willing to engage in this issue. So grab someone who wouldn't normally engage and invite them to join us on this journey. We need everyone.
Every piece of rubbish has passed through somebody's hands. This is about behaviour change, and with knowledge and education and technology, this is a solvable issue.
Our expedition has opened a window into a global environmental crisis. What will we do to help curb this problem, and what solutions can we implement now and work on for the future? The choice is ours, and it's now up to us to address our plastic seas. To learn more about plastic pollution and find out how you can take action to make a positive difference in your community, visit Earth Echo International at earthecho.org. Earth Echo Expedition is sponsored by the Northrop Grumman Foundation. Northrop Grumman is a leading global security company dedicated to increasing STEM education opportunities for students and the teachers who inspire them.